the schools and the library decided to put on the Children's Book Festival, they called me and asked me to come perform. So I was very excited about that. So that's why I'm sitting in my car in the parking lot of the school to do this with my dear friend Barb.
You're very gracious. We appreciate you, Judy.
I hope I can answer your questions because I think there's some things I don't even know, but I'll do my best.
Well, I tell you what, why don't we can even ignore those questions, and why don't you just tell these folks a little bit about why copyright is so important to you as a
Oh
singer
my
songwriter?
goodness. Well, the music that I create is my livelihood. Just as a painter makes paintings or somebody who makes furniture owns the furniture that they make until they sell it, I own my compositions until I sell them or give somebody permission to use them. And if people just randomly share these things or use them without paying me in certain circumstances, then I am losing my livelihood. And since people don't buy CDs anymore, my livelihood has already been slashed significantly because every time you stream one of my songs on Spotify or any other streaming service, do you know how much I make when a song gets streamed? It is 0.401 cent.
Oh,
0.401 cent. Now, if you're Taylor Swift and billions of people are streaming your song 24/7, then you can make a lot of money. If you're Judy Pancoast, you're lucky if you get $20 every couple of months. So copyright is really important to me, and people taking away my income streams is bad.
Yeah.
Really bad.
And I know you've had a couple of times when you found out that people were using your music, and tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I've had, because I have a song that's popular with Christmas decorators, I've had a few companies out there where people make programs for Christmas decorators to synchronize their lights to music. So these people who say, is there anybody in the audience who knows people who do that? Like you go drive up to a house and you can watch a light show and you turn on your radio to a certain radio station and you can hear the music and watch the light show go with the music. And I'm very fortunate in that I have a song that's become really, really popular with Christmas decorators. Now, if somebody plays my song at their house, I don't make any money off from that because it's not considered a public performance, even if the public is watching it because it's played at somebody's house. So I make, if somebody buys the song, then I make a fraction of the 99 cents that they spent to buy it. So that's one thing. And then every time they play it, I don't make anything, which is, that's fine. It's fine. But when companies start creating programs for decorators to buy so that they can put these programs in their computers and automatically have their lights synchronized to that song. And then the company is also selling a stream or a recording, an MP3 of my song to go along with their program, that's illegal. That's big time illegal. You can sell the program, but you can't sell the song. People would have to buy the song from a legal sales point in order to use it. Now, there are companies that are legitimate that I've signed licenses with who have the right to sell my song along with their programs. But I have found so many of these companies, they're fly by night. They pop up every year. Some guy who knows how to program his lights wants to start selling programs to other people. And they think, oh yeah, well, everybody uses this song. I'm just going to sell it along with it. And I'm the one that has to track them down and find them. Because everybody that buys that program, that's, 50 cents out of my pocket that I'm not making. And if a lot of people buy it, like every cent counts.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you also mentioned one time, Judy, about some amusement park or something that had been
Oh
using
my gosh, yes. Santa's Village in New Hampshire. I would go there every summer with my kids and I would hear my music playing on their sound system. And my performance rights organization is ASCAP. And I called them, I don't know how many times. And the problem with ASCAP is they have a lot of times interns answering the phone. So I got everything from, we can't do anything about it. We can't force them to buy a license, to They have a license. Well, then how come it's not showing up on my royalty sheets? I mean, these guys are playing my music, I don't know how many times a day, all summer long, and at Christmas time too. So finally, after maybe 5 years of fighting with them, they went to sell ASCAP a license. They went to sell them a license. They bought a license, and then they stopped using my music.
So there you go.
So I never got paid for any of that. I mean, I was thrilled that they were using it. I just wanted to get paid because that's part of their sales. You know what I mean? They're charging tickets for people to go into their amusement park. And part of the ambiance there is listening to Christmas music on the sound system. So they should be paying the people who provide the Christmas music to them. It's not just there for free for anybody to use if they want to. It's just like a store that decides to play music in their store. They have to pay for a license to do that because it's part of their sales. Now, as far as teaching goes, I love it when music teachers use my songs with their students. Currently, there are no legally available sheet music. There is no legally available sheet music of my songs, but teachers have taught them to their kids with just by rote, by learning them from the music, and that's fine. If you're doing that with your kids, that's fine with me. It's when you make copies of the songs for the kids to bring home, that's a problem. You're not allowed to do that. They can't bring them home and listen to them at home to learn them, because that's taking away a potential sale, because it's now in that kid's life. They can copy it. It can get copied 1 million times and be spread around to all the family, and those are all potential sales. When my daughter came home from preschool singing a song that was the first song she ever knew that I didn't teach her, I called the school and said, "What's the song my daughter's singing?" And I went out and I bought the cassette, because back then it was cassettes. I didn't say, "Well, give me a copy of that song. I want to be able to sing it with my daughter." I went out and I bought it, because that's the way it's supposed to be. So you can't make copies of music and send them home to kids. You couldn't do a video and put it online, because people could copy it from that. You would get, like, say, for example, you did a concert that had one of my songs in it and you put it on YouTube, that would get flagged by YouTube probably for copyright infringement. And I would be notified. I've had that happen before. Because that's when people can start making copies. But if you just do it in your school and you tell people you can't record this, like when you go to a play and you hear the announcement, no recording is allowed to be made of this. That's the same way with music, unless you have permission.
And that's exactly what we need to talk about with our students and our families as well, is, making sure that disclaimer shows up somewhere in your concerts. Okay?
I always told my kids, back when Napster was a thing. Do you remember Napster? Yeah, that was when file sharing first started, and my kids, and all their friends were downloading music free from Napster. And I told my kids, if Walmart accidentally left their doors open at night, could you go in there and just start taking everything you wanted? And they knew that was wrong. But for some reason with music, nobody thought, it was running rampant, and my kids never did it. And they told their friends that they couldn't make recordings for them, and they couldn't accept any cassettes from their friends either, because everybody was making mixtapes and stuff off songs that they got from Napster, and people were losing money right and left until somebody shut them down. You just can't do, it's not legal. It's taking money out of the pocket of the person who wrote the song. It's, and that's how I explained it to my kids.
Does anybody have any questions for Judy before we let her go? Right.
You're gonna let me go now? Wow. I did all this reading and preparing.
Oh, we have questions. We have questions.
What about, okay, I bought a piece of music and I gave the music to my students, and I want you to go home and practice it. They can take it home and practice it, or should I just stop doing that?
So could you hear that, Judy?
Are you gonna have to repeat? I couldn't
Yeah,
hear
so he just asked if you made.
I bought music from Pepper.
Yeah.
I gave the music to my kids in class, and I'll take this home and practice it.
Right. So he was saying that he bought a piece of music from Pepper, and he made a copy of it so his kids could practice it at home. How do you feel?
I'm not sure about that. I don't think you can do that. When you bought it from Pepper, did you have permission to copy it?
Oh, he gave them the original. So yeah, you're fine if you gave him the original.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, if you gave them the original, yeah, that means that
Yeah, that's fine.
you bought it. Nobody can copy it though. Nobody can copy it. It can't be copyrighted and handed out. I believe though, Barbara, for fair use, I think you can use it in the classroom, but they can't
Correct.
take it home.
That is correct. And I
Yeah.
think we have one more question.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's asking about arrangements, which I think I can answer as well. But if somebody made an arrangement of one of your pieces, what would be the procedure there?
They'd have to ask for permission. They'd have to get permission from me because I'm the copyright owner and I'm the publisher. They would have to get permission from me to do an arrangement. And then that arrangement of that song could actually be copyrighted as long as they had written permission from me. But you can't just take a song and make an arrangement of it, of anybody's song, and make an arrangement of it and then, you know, propagate that arrangement. Because the basic thing is the song. It's the song, you know, you make up your own song and arrange it.
Exactly.
Now, there are a lot of people who sell arrangements like on Music Notes and Sheet Music Plus, but that's because Sheet Music Plus and Music Notes, they have the licenses to do that. So that if I wanted to make an arrangement of a popular song, I could submit it to Music Notes and it could be sold on Music Notes because Music Notes or Sheet Music Plus has the copyright permissions in place. So you can do that.
All right. Well, Judy, thank you so very, very much for joining us today.
I really don't feel like I gave anybody anything they didn't already know. Don't steal stuff.
I accidentally unplugged it. Well, it's because I have a 78 slide deck and I'm not even close to where I'm supposed to be at this point for these lovely people.
All right. Well, do your thing. Do your thing. I hope I was helpful, Barb. It's good to see you.
You were very helpful. Thank you. We appreciate you being with us.
If anybody has any questions, they can always email me. So give them my email address. I'm glad to help.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.